Thank you. Hello. My card was already charged.
It was? Okay.
I got an email saying it was,
Yeah,
so. And my balance on my card is lower, so my available balance. I'm going to peek at this stuff. I see one of my things that I think I got. Well, if it's for personal use, then I would pay more. But if I'm reselling it, then no, because there's no money there. Oh, good. Here's the masks. Oh, these are in good shape.
Oh, yeah.
You never know. Sometimes with the pictures you can tell, but sometimes not. These are in very good shape. Cool. Okay, some brass bowls. Kind of cool. Hi. Hi. Who are you? Hello. 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 You're very cute. I got way too much crap. I got carried away last night. This is the stuff that's a pain in the butt. You know, what was this?
Yeah, they're broken.
He's an amputee.
Yeah, they're broken. But look those up. Those are worth like a good
Yeah.
$30 a piece. I already priced those out.
What is
A little
this?
gold thing. I think I threw that in there at the last minute.
That's cool. This tray right here, I looked up,
Yeah.
and
I know
it'll go for a decent amount.
Yeah.
I only paid $5 for these.
Yeah.
This one underneath it, I'll probably donate because it's not going to be worth anything.
yeah.
It's melamine.
Is it? Okay,
Mhm.
yeah. I did
Yes.
say.
The masks are in excellent condition
Oh,
too,
they're
so I'm
beautiful.
very excited about those.
Oh, you got the little palm. I love these ones too.
Wait, I didn't see everything. I'm trying to get everything on my camera because I pre-record for. Oh yeah, the
Love those. I made those little. This gentleman made them.
Very cute.
I don't remember what that was.
See this bowl?
Oh,
I
yeah,
thought was
know.
really
Yep.
pretty.
Uh-huh. I did too.
Okay, that thing of plates and bowls, yeah, that. Let's put that in there. Thank you. It's less likely to get beat up. I don't want anything to break. Thank you, thank you. Hello, Fat Grandma here. Simon is with me this time. He's awake and he's been bothering me, but hopefully he'll behave while I'm doing this. I never know with him. So, anyway, tomorrow is 4th of July. So I hope everybody has a lovely holiday. You get to barbecue and watch some fireworks and all of the typical 4th of July things. He's going to try and jump on the bed. There he goes. And he almost landed in a box. I have to fix this. I'll be right back. Okay, I think I've moved it to a place where he can jump from the bed to the back of the chair because that's what he likes to do. And if it's in the way, he'll sit there and scream at me. So, anyway, if you have not been here before, my name is Paula. I have a very small eBay store. I occasionally sell on Poshmark, but it's not very often. I don't cross-list everything. I only cross-list some select items that I think might stand a better chance on Poshmark than on eBay. So, and I do sell things on Poshmark. It's just rare. It is about 1:15 in the morning on July 3rd. It was 86 degrees in my room at, I don't know, 3 or 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon, like Sunday. I'm I'm so tired and just drained from the heat in here. Anyway, so that's why I'm awake now. I laid down because I just couldn't take the heat anymore. I have ordered a desktop cooler, like an evaporative cooler. It's just a little box kind of thing that has a fan, and you add water and ice to it, and it's going to sit on the corner of my desk within air distance of me, like a foot or two away, so that I'll actually be able to feel some cold air because my AC unit is just working like crazy. And, it's keeping it from getting up to 100 degrees in here, but it's still getting close to 90. So, and the temperatures outside have been insane. It's over 110, and it's going to be that way for the foreseeable future. So, I look like hammered. I'm gonna bleep that. Um, anyway, yeah, I'm tired. I can't think straight. But I wanted to get my video done, and I think I have shared some footage with you guys from an auction pickup. I actually had two auction pickups this weekend, and one I picked up on Friday and one I picked up on Saturday. The one I picked up on Saturday I will share in the next video for next weekend. Um, but the footage that you saw was I had 11 lots of things that I won, and I made some notes in the footage, so you guys give you an idea. Each lot was only $5. No one bid against me on any of the lots that I purchased. Probably because there's not a huge profit margin on any of those things, but it's enough that it's mostly worth it. There was one lot, you saw it, that was not worth the $5. But sometimes that happens when you buy auction lots and you don't go in and preview. And unfortunately, none of these places are that close to me, and it's also 1,000 degrees outside, so I'm not chomping at the bit to just go for a drive and go in and look at stuff. It would have cost me the $5 in gas for the extra trip there if I'd gone and previewed everything. So it's, whatever. And there was an item missing from the box, and I have emailed them to see if they still have it, if it's sitting somewhere or what. But I didn't notice when I picked everything up because I wasn't looking at the photos when I was looking at the items that I picked up. So there were a couple things that I didn't get on camera. One was a jewelry box that I got, and it's more of like a trinket box, but it's kind of big. It's not huge, but it's got like I don't know, like a bronze kind of finish. It's a resin box, but it's really cool. So I'm going to share a photo of that with you, a couple photos, and it's heavy. So you can't tell from the photos what things weigh, or most of the time. Anyway, so I got the jewelry box, and it's either Hera or Juno, the goddess, and there's peacock feathers and things. It's really pretty. Anyway, I don't know what that's going to sell for. I couldn't really find a good comp for that because there weren't any others listed. There might have been one, and I can't remember what I listed it for. I'm going to pause this for a second so I can look. Okay, I listed it for $18.99. It may not sell for that. I always start a little high, so I only had 6 sales this week. However, the items that were purchased were more along the lines of things that people just want and don't really need. So that has shifted a little bit because usually, well, last week on the video that I did last week, you guys saw what my solds were, and it was about 50-50, with the items that are things that people need versus things that people just want or collect or whatever, And this week, everything that sold, all 6 items, really, for me anyway, in my brain, these are things that people just want. They don't really need them. They aren't going to use them. There's one item that might get used, but I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go through my solds, and after that, I think Oh, there was one other thing that I picked up that I didn't tell you guys about and you couldn't see on the video. There was a box of like ceramic stuff that you guys didn't really get a good look at, and there was one item in there that I think might be worth some money, and it's a Royal Dalton Kirkwood pattern lidded water pot, and it's small, and even replacements.com does not have this item listed as part of that pattern, and I could not find another one online anywhere that looks exactly like this one. The lid is weird, and it's got a patent number imprinted on the bottom of it, which is also unusual. The other pieces with this set do not have patent. It's got to do something with the lid on this particular water pot. Anyway, I started it out, I think, at 75. It might be worth more than that. I have no way of knowing what this thing's worth. It's got one watcher already, and I just listed it day before yesterday, so we'll see what happens. You know, I'm sure the price is going to have to come down before anybody will buy it, but I started it high just because of the fact that I could not find another one. There were a few listed on other websites that had a similar lid. You'll see a picture up here of what this picture looks like. The lid has little indentations on it that fit into the top of the water pot. And so it's different, you know. Anyway, it's got one little tiny chip at the very base of it, but I don't know that that's going to really affect the value very much because it's not extremely obvious and it's very small. And otherwise, there's no chips or cracks, no crazing, nothing. It's a really nice piece. So I'm looking forward to seeing how much that will end up selling for. And it could take 6 months or longer before anybody buys it. But someone out there will be looking for this, or, you know, they'll find it and it'll go with the other stuff that they have. And they maybe didn't even know this piece existed because, again, it's not listed anywhere. You know, it's not on replacements.com. I look at that website sometimes when I have weird stuff that I'm not sure about, and if it's a popular brand or was a popular brand, then they very often will have all of the pieces listed at least, so I can figure out what things are or what size they were supposed to be. I know what size I have in my hands, and I can look at the measurements. If something comes in several sizes, I can figure out exactly what piece it is, you know. So I don't know if I explained that very good. Again, my brain is really screwed up tonight. So anyway, so that's it for my, you know, stuff that I got from the auction. My sales, I'm going to start those now. So the first item I sold was a vintage Holland Blue Delft cat on a pillow bed salt and pepper shaker. And this was really cute. I picked this up at, I think, Savers, and it was in a plastic bag. They had a wall with a bunch of bags hanging on it, and Goodwill kind of does this too, but with like toys. Anyway, they had a bag, and it had a few pieces in it, and this cat on the bed salt and pepper shaker was in the bag. I think I paid $3 for it, for the bag, and no cracks, no chips, no nothing. It was in very good condition. Anyway, it didn't sell for very much, but I made my money back, and I can't remember what else is in that bag, but you know, I have other things I can sell from the bag. Anyway, it sold for $8.49, and with shipping it was $15.92. Not very big, you know. It was like, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches long, maybe 4. I don't 5. I don't know. I'm not good with measurements. That says a lot. I could turn that into something I shouldn't talk about on my channel. But anyway, okay, onward. The next item I sold is something that we dug out of my mother's kitchen, and I think I mentioned these in a previous video. They were easy foil, super aluminum Christmas cookie mold. It was holiday designs. This package was ancient. It was, I don't know, from the 60s, maybe the 70s. Anyway, there's two of the trays in this package. The package had holes in it and stuff. Anyway, it sold for $21.24, and with shipping it was $29.98. if you guys have any old stuff from the 60s or 70s, still in the packaging, never used, and it looks like garbage because my mother was going to throw this away. And I said, I said, let me look it up and see. And sure enough, people were buying these. They were selling on eBay. So I told her, I said, let me just list it and see what happens. And I think I started it at 25. So, and I may have sent an offer out. I can't remember. But anyway, 21.24 and 29.98 was shipping. You just don't know. You don't know. People will buy anything. It might take a while, but they'll buy it. The next item I sold was something that I got in a lot of, it was an auction lot, and it was just a little tiny 3 7/8, so almost like a 4-inch round plate. It was like a souvenir, kind of a display plate. It was for Cape Cod, Massachusetts mini souvenir display plate. It said Nico on the back of it and made in Japan. And this thing, it only sold for $8. But again, it was part of a lot, and there's other stuff listed. So, this is already paid for that lot. And it sold within less than 24 hours. So anyway, I paid for that lot now, and this little tiny plate that I wasn't even going to list it. I was going to donate this thing, and I listed it, and it sold. So again, you never know what people are going to buy. The things you expect them to buy are the things that you expect to sell quick. Sometimes they will sit for a long time. And then you get other random crap like this little plate that sells in less than 24 hours. So, it's a guessing game a lot of the time. The next item I sold was one of those Lennox carousel animals. And I had mostly horses. I had one lion. And he ended up selling for $25 and was shipping. It was $39.45. I can't remember if I got an offer on him or if I sent them an offer. All of those items, when I picked them up from the auction, I did not realize that most of them have damage. And I was so excited to win that auction lot. And, I couldn't tell from the photos. That's one of the auction places that I'm now avoiding going there. I'm not buying from them unless I absolutely can't find anything anywhere else. And they happen to have something that looks really good. Because their photos don't show damage a lot of the time. So, anyway, yeah, so it sold for $25, and I only paid $8 each for that's what it worked out to. About $8 each for the horses and the lions. So, selling for $25, it's not bad. It was okay. Let's see, the next item I sold was a Christmas mice salt and pepper shaker. Fitz and Floyd, and they sold for $9.56. I got an offer on these, $9.56, and with shipping it was $18.37. They were cute, and again, here's a Christmas item that just sold, and it's July now, so although they sold in June, but still, it's summer and people are still buying Christmas stuff. And those cookie molds, those are holiday, so yeah, list the Christmas things. Let's see, the last item, I can't believe I only sold 6 things this week, but it's okay, was an HB Henriette Quimper chick egg cup with attached underplate. This thing, I think, came in a lot that I got of just random dishes and stuff, and this is another item that I thought about just throwing away because I had a little chip on the tray and it looked stupid and ugly, and I was like, no one's going to want this, and I was wrong. It sold for $17.50 with the chip, and with shipping it was $25.33. These can actually sell for a lot more if they don't have anything wrong with them and if they're in really good shape. Once I looked it up, I was like, oh, well, maybe I should go ahead and list it. And this also sold pretty quick. I think it was less than 2 days. I had it listed and someone bought it. So you just don't know. You never know with stuff, it's all just, it's very random. Some things you can, especially in my field of stuff that I sell, because it's glassware for the most part, of some sort. And, it's all over the place. And a lot of it is older stuff that may or may not be sought after. Some of it will sit for a long time, and there's only one person out there in the world that might be interested in this particular item, maybe two people in the whole world. And if they happen to be shopping on eBay and they happen to think about it and they happen to search for the item, then you might sell it. So, and that's a lot of my inventory is like that. So, you know, I had two items this week that sold for under $10, but everything else was okay. A decent amount of profit. When I say decent, I mean at least double what I paid or triple what I paid for it. And because for me and the way that I source, because I don't go to yard sales, and especially not this time of year, there's no way you could drag me to a yard sale when it's over 100 degrees outside, and especially now when it's over 110. It's not happening. So, and the auction houses I've noticed now have all raised their starting bid. The one that I went to and picked stuff up from yesterday, or when I say yesterday, I mean Saturday, because of the time now. It's now Monday. So anyway, they used to start all of their lots at $1, and now they're starting them at 5. And the one that I'm not going to anymore, that I'm avoiding, their lots used to start at 5, and now they're starting all their lots at $10. And I'm like, okay, first of all, you don't have that great of a reputation, and we don't have a great track record, me with them, for picking up items that have something wrong with them and you can't tell from the photos. They don't take detailed photos like I do. And, because I don't want my buyers to get something and then be unhappy with it because it has a crack or a chip or something's wrong with it that you can't see in the photos. I take very close-up photos. If there's something wrong with it, I'm taking several pictures of that issue so that my buyers know what they're getting. They're paying a bunch of money for shipping, and especially if it's something that's kind of heavy. Yeah, it's I'm going to show them everything, whether they want to see it or not. And that Lenox Lion maybe could have sold for more, but there were scratches on the base. And again, this is not stuff I could see in the photos, so that's what it is. Anyway, so the stuff that I picked up in the beginning of the video, not huge profit margins on any of those things, but when everything sells, it gives me something to put in my store. I will make money on those items. I will make a profit. It might not be huge, but it will be at least double. I will sell the items for at least double what I paid, if not triple or quadruple. So some of them are worth a little bit more. Some of them will sit in my shop for a long time. It's the game I'm playing. So, and a lot of other people are too. I don't know if there was anything else I was going to talk to you guys about. I hope that everybody gets to enjoy the holiday tomorrow. Even if I was inclined to go watch fireworks, I'm not doing it in 110 plus degrees. It's not going to happen. So, if my daughter and her family were still here and my granddaughter was still here, we used to get together on the 4th, and if my granddaughter wasn't staying with me, then I would go to my daughter's house and we would sit in the front yard and we'd run through the sprinkler. We'd wear our swimsuits or a tank top with shorts or whatever and get wet so that we didn't die from the heat while we were waiting for the fireworks to start, because we could kind of see some of them in the area, from their front yard. So, we'd sit out front, have watermelon or whatever, and watch the fireworks and stuff. But I have no motivation to go outside and be in that weather by myself. It's not celebrating this year. Hopefully next year I will be in a home, in an apartment building with a bunch of other old farts, and maybe we can all go up on the roof to watch the fireworks or find fireworks close by that we can all go to. Or I don't know how any of that's going to work, but if there's access to the roof, I don't see why we wouldn't go up on the roof and watch the fireworks, and take a spray bottle so we can stay cooled off. Phoenix sucks. This is the worst time of year for me. Okay, I think that's it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Enjoy the holiday, and I will see you next Sunday or Monday. Bye.